Hey guys, Whiskey Walt here. Thanks for coming back to episode 5. We're back here with Devil's Cut tonight. Couple goals for the evening. We are going to work on replenishing our coffers. We're pretty drained after getting Blanton's spellbook and whatnot filled up. So we're going to start grabbing the lovely Escort Quest again. Also decided we're just going to go ahead and drop swords. With the changes to throwing, and I know it's not recent, it's just not needed anymore. And since our ultimate goal is to have a endgame sampire, so let's start getting used to playing as such. So we're going to drop healing, lose the crutch of the band-aids, pick up necromancy. We're going to be going the life leech route. This is a little bit more forgiving because we're going to be at range, so we can start getting used to things. So as you move stuff around, if you're following along with me, just make sure you grab the Escort Quest because we've got to fill our bank back up. Now, with me not having necromancy, there's a bit of an issue. These spell books come empty. And I don't know if it's a vendor search thing, but I can't find any scrolls to start filling it up. I can't find a vendor that sells them. So I know this guy down here sells Majory scrolls because I went to him for on Blanton. So let's see if he has any necromancy scrolls. Or full books for that matter, right? Nothing. Now, ironically, the newbie quest for necromancy is a full necromancer book. If you don't have the spells, how do you raise it, right? You would think the necromancer here would sell them, but no, of course not. So here's finally a full book for 7,500 gold, but we don't have 7,500 gold yet. So we got to work on that a little bit. So let's grab an Escort Quest, and then we're gonna hit the Etmans again. Since before we were keeping Bushido at 50 just for honors, that's not the case anymore. We're gonna raise that. I think my target more than likely is gonna be about 80. So make sure to start integrating confidence into the mix. Don't forget your chivalry. Try to get your enemy of ones in. Your concentrate weapon. And Divine Fury. Divine Fury, if you're struggling getting your rotation down, Divine Fury, I believe, lasts the longest, has the longest duration, and it's going to be the most important for skill gain because it increases the swing speed. So we're also going to get to 65 throwing tonight. That's going to be my goal also because I'm getting tired of Ettins and I want to get out of here. Theoretically, you're supposed to take Ettins to 70, but I really can't take these guys anymore, and I want to start getting going with making some money. So if you follow the traditional guide, is you take Ettins to 70, and then you go into the cave just south of here and do earth elementals up to about, you can take it up to 100. You can go to the second level and really start overlords at 90 if you really want. Especially as a thrower because we can range them. think around 55 Bushido, we can start doing Lightning Strike. For the time being, I think it's, I forgot the name of the move, but I think it's Honorable Execution, which if you hit him with the last hit on it, it increases your health and mana. Now, I ended up doing a little research, and I found out that these spectral binders can drop Necromancer Scrolls. But unfortunately, this gentleman over here has them all because he's raising resist. So there's only one floating around here and there. So it kind of makes things a little bit more challenging to farm it right now. So we're going to hold off, give him some time. He was there first. So we'll go try another graveyard. There's one in Moonglow. Obviously there's one just north of Britain. That's the famous one. And I realized that these outside of Haven hit like a truck with their spells. And there's also a Nightmare in there. So be very, very careful. So I think the risk to reward here really isn't really going to do it for me. So I think Mongback can drop him too, supposedly. I don't know. Wish I paid attention to it more, because I'm pretty sure I did not loot Necro spells, and I saw them drop. So while you're in town, just take advantage, sell what you got. Let's go see if this guy's still doing it. Yeah, he's still on it. And that's 12 million, we ain't buying that. Keep going back to these guys like they're gonna have it, because it makes no sense that nobody sells any of them. So screw it. We're gonna create a new character that's Necro. We're gonna leave the stuff right there, and we're at the same time we're gonna get some regs and another 1,000 gold and swap back over. I don't know if that's exactly legal or cheating, but so be it. Ban me. Alright, so now that you have some spells, take some time to familiarize yourself with it. And so pretty much most of the spells are going to make you gain Pain Strike, Wraith Form, Summon Familiar. Just make sure you come into the graveyard so you can get the increased gain. Within a few minutes you'll be at 50. I think the hardest part was taking the regs that I had and finding out the right combinations to get through. If you just sit there and do Summon Familiar, don't worry about actually summoning it, just keep casting it over and over. So I'd say after about 10 minutes, here we are. Spirit Speak passively gains also, so that helps you out. And there we are, we're at 50. Let's go get our book. Now these guys don't want to buy it, so we're just going to leave it on the ground for somebody else who makes the same mistake as me, not starting with necromancy. God forbid you change your mind and change your template while you're broke. So we ended up saving 7,500 gold on that too, so we can use that later. Not a bad idea to grab your primary regs that you're gonna need. As a Necro, you're gonna basically get yourself in a wraith form, and the only thing that you will be casting is your life leech spell. And you won't even be casting it that often, you'll just be casting it as needed. So with Necromancy now, I was hoping to find some Gargoyle LRC. Unfortunately, I did not. Sometimes it's up there, you can see it. It's usually around 30,000. But unfortunately, at the time they made this video, that wasn't what was going on. So back to the Ettins. Gotta hit 65 throwing. Shouldn't be here too much longer. Probably another 15-20 minutes or so real time. For Necromancy, we're gonna cap it about, I wanna say we need 60 to be able to cast the spells that we need 100% of the time. It's either 40 or 60, I don't remember. I will find out though, and I will have what I believe to be my finalized template. I'll put that in the description for us. I've written it all down in a notebook. Planning, strategizing, researching. It's constantly changing and evolving. I'll eventually find the perfect template. And then once we get towards the end game with it, more likely we'll be changing it up. This character very well may just end up being deleted in the long run and replaced by a sampire. But it's a great character to get the ball rolling and get your feet wet at the beginning here. Getting there, but we're getting a little heavy, so we'll go ahead and sell our stuff. Grab an escort while we're here. Nice, close, easy one. Breaks up the monotony. Just killing Ettins over and over and over again. As you can see, they're dying a whole lot faster now, not missing often. Almost every hit's on, every throw's connecting pretty much. If you do need some life, remember after they die you can hit Spirit Speak and you'll suck their soul for some HP there. You can also, before they die, use Spirit Speak and it'll heal you a little bit in exchange for your mana. Alright, 65 throwing. Now we're getting high enough where we can actually start farming some stuff. So I haven't found a place in Haven where I can sell these. It's a little annoying. If you do know where you can sell bracelets and rings in Haven, please leave it in the comments for the other viewers. But I wanted to show you this place. Now, when I returned recently, I watched Waffle McGregor's vlog about this and how he got started was killing ants and selling the Zugi to these vendors here. There's also a variety of other things that can be sold. Leathers is very good if you want to go kill Batman and stuff like that. Some of the more rewarding things that we'll utilize later are imbuing ingredients that you can get. But just go over to New Magentia, and most of the vendors here are selling pets. This is where tamers are able to sell their tames. But there are vendors around that will buy things from you. They will sell to you also. This one in particular does not, but other ones do. So take the time, familiarize yourself, do a little research. I'll show a couple of the options in here. There very well may be better options that I just didn't know about. But it kind of started with Waffle's video, and I kind of learned it and went from there. And then each vendor also has different prices for things. Certain vendors pay more. So when you do get the items, do your research between the 3 or 4 there. While we're here on the north end of the island, I wanted to bring you over. This is a rune library. This was, from what I understand, the original one on Atlantic. It was Goodman's. Goodman unfortunately passed away back in 2005 or so. But there are players that maintain his rune library in his memory. There's also the much bigger one that is in the Samurai expansion area. I appreciate you all joining in for episode 5. So I did have a bit of an issue recently, unfortunately. My hard drive went toast. So I have one video left saved that I had moved over on a USB. So I may be changing up the style of this, and if there's a little gap, that's why. There's no way to recover it, unfortunately. So, but thank you all. I'll catch you on the next one.